from a secret underground bunker somewhere in the Arizona desert, 40 feet below the Earth's surface. Two men, aided by their robotic artificial intelligence, Jennifer,
Jennifer, at your service.
hide from their wives and kids to discuss man stuff with interesting and unusual people. These men are the Bunker Boys.
The Bunker Boys both have returned to the airwaves.
We're here.
Both of us. As you'll recall in our last episode, I disappeared.
I got rid of them.
Yeah. We're going to get rid of that magic wand. Because that was hard coming back. I had to squeeze through a knothole that big.
My wife threw it out
Oh, it's,
because I was threatening her.
well, it's good it's good I came back.
I said, see this wand I made?
Yeah.
It worked on Chris, so you better be quiet, lady.
I was in a closet in a hotel in Pittsburgh, and I had to hitchhike back. So it was
How
not
long
a
would that
pleasant.
take?
That took 3 days.
Holy mackerel. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I won't do it anymore.
But, here we are. Boy, my feet were sore too, man, walking to the truck stop. And finally, some kind trucker said, hey, I've been through this myself. I said, you had Garth wave a magic wand and make you disappear? Yeah.
Kind of scared me at first.
Yeah, no kidding. All that was left was my headphones.
Exactly, in a puff of smoke.
Poof, and there we are. Well, Jen, are you glad to have me back?
Yes.
I was hoping you'd say that. Did you mean something else?
No.
Okay, well, good. At least she meant what she said.
Right.
I like you too, all right?
Thank you, Chris.
You're very welcome.
I like her too.
Thank you, Garth.
You're welcome.
Well, that's so nice. She's so pleasant sometimes.
Sometimes.
But is everything okay, Jen?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I need you to make sure everything is running okay today. Make sure the air conditioner and the airfoil is on and everything is good, all right?
All systems online.
Thank you.
Perfect.
All right, so now we're ready to rock and roll here. I'm going to turn her up because she's a little bit low. Low, come on.
Turn her up, Chris.
Turn her up. There she is. Now she's loud, I'm sure. Can you hear me, Jen?
Yes.
Okay, good. It sounds good. Well, it's good to be back. Took me a while to get back to Arizona from that magical send-off, and here I am. That's all right. I owe you one.
Yes, you do.
Through the magic of radio, anything can happen. You never know. That's why I like radio. You can do fun stuff. Anything new and exciting the last week?
My birthday.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
You turned the big...
6-0.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Jennifer, that's something.
I can feel it too.
Can you?
That's why we bought a log splitter.
We did?
Yep.
I must have been drunk. I don't remember that.
No, you were in Pittsburgh.
That's why. Yeah, have you ever been to Pittsburgh?
No.
I was there one time. Well, actually, 2 times. But I was downtown Pittsburgh once, and I couldn't believe how narrow the streets were in a downtown city. I don't know when they established that city, but it was probably way back when.
Oh, yeah. They had Model A's, and they're 4 foot wide or something.
Yeah, but man, those streets are narrow. And I went, how do two people, it's amazing 2 cars can pass each other in those city streets. That's why all business is done outside of downtown.
I guess so, huh?
But they've got a lot of cool little things down there. So I liked Pittsburgh. No, even though they were our rival in football, I was a Cleveland Browns fan. But I had to be. I lived in Cleveland.
Right.
It was Brownstown.
The Steelers.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers are arch rivals. But, it's all in fun. And I enjoyed Pittsburgh. I used to go to the IKEA store there. And amazing. You ever been to an IKEA?
Mm-mm.
There's one in, is it Mesa? I think it's in Mesa, Arizona. So if you get a chance to run down that way, it's a long drive from here, but it's worth it.
It's a long run,
one time.
too.
It's shorter when you hitchhike.
Right.
Yeah. But don't hitchhike. It's not legal. And you know that. Jen?
Jennifer, at your service.
Can you get some coffee? I really need something to wake me up here.
Yes.
No, thank you. We haven't heard from her in a while. I thought I'd just involve her in the show a little bit.
Oh, okay.
She's just, I don't want her to feel like she's neglected.
Left out.
Yeah. So do you feel neglected?
No.
Okay, well, that's good. We've got an interesting show for you, and we're hoping that you...
Interesting.
That's what I just said. Now she wants to take over the show.
See? You give her an inch, she'll take them all.
That's the way it works. All right, so before we get too far into this...
Your coffee is ready.
Thank you. Man, she's
Wow.
fast. I forgot about that.
She's sending it down the tube.
Well, that's hot. Ooh. Let me sip a little of this. She forgot the coffee mate. Oh, well.
Do you use sugar?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, she knows how I like it, but I don't know why she didn't get it right this time. But
Yeah, too much caffeine keeps me awake.
does it? I found that as I get older, if I drink things late at night that have caffeine, they can bother me. They don't usually, but sometimes. And then I have a hard time sleeping.
Oh, I wonder why.
I have a hard time sleeping when that alarm keeps going off. I just keep slapping it and it just keeps running, and then I realize it's time to go to work.
Uh-huh.
So I guess maybe I shouldn't do that, because then you get to be late if you're not Johnny on the spot with it. Last week, well, not last week, the week before, I was in Ohio visiting my parents and my nephews and my great-nephews and my great-nieces, and some of them I had never met. It was kind of cool. And the two little girls were afraid of me.
I don't blame them.
I'm a nice guy. Why would you be afraid of me? And we want a special shout out to Ben,
Hi, Ben.
my cousin Ben.
Yeah, Chris told me about you, Ben.
Yeah, he listens. He said he listens all the time. So
Cool.
So Ben, you know who you are in West Virginia. Hi, we're all waving. Jennifer, do you have anything to say to him?
No.
Why not?
Why not? That's mean.
That is mean. You're not normally mean.
Maybe she's jealous.
That could be. I mean, she does get a little bit jealous about stuff like that. So, anyway, we're going to say hello to Ben.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, she is jealous. You can tell.
I know, you can tell.
You can tell. Well, Ben, hi.
Hello,
And,
we're all waving, Ben.
and thanks for listening.
Yep, and can't wait to meet you.
Yeah, he's my younger cousin. He's my first cousin's son. So we got to see him again, and along with a lot of the family and one of my high school teachers,
I'll be
my
darned.
junior high school teachers. Hadn't seen him in a couple of years, more like 7, I think, 6 or 7.
Stay in touch with them?
I don't specifically, but my brother and my family does.
I'll be darned.
They do things together occasionally, fish and stuff. So they keep up with each other. My brother stays in touch with him, and then we came over during our last day in Ohio, and we all had a little campfire going, and it was cold, a little chilly, and sat on hay bales and drank hot stuff and had a little cookout.
Hot toddies?
Hot toddies, yeah. Hot toddies. You ever have a hot toddy, Jennifer?
No.
Okay, why?
You're giving me a headache.
Oh, it will give you a headache
Will it? Yeah.
if you drink too many.
Yeah, I suppose it could. Well, anywho, we were back in the saddle again, and I've been off for a couple of weeks, so it's
Yeah,
it's
you've been
different.
real off.
Yeah, but I'm always off, but I'm not usually this off. And what else did I do? I was showing my wife. We went to the West Side Market up in Cleveland. I promised her that I'd take her there one day, and she'd always seen it on the Food Network. You know, they always feature things from different cities. And the West Side,
What was it?
the West Side Market.
Oh,
It's a place where they have a lot of ethnic food variety there. So they might have a Greek shop, and they might have a Armenian store, and they might have a French place. All these different things in the West Side Market, and some of them are just food, regular food that you would eat. Some things you would take home, like cuts of meat, and whatnot that they sell
meat and cheese.
that are a little bit different than what you can get at the grocery store.
Right.
Cheeses. What else? Just all sorts of different
Cheez-Its.
things. Not Cheez-Its. Cheeses.
Cheese. Oh, cheese.
You know, the cheeses of Nazareth.
Cheese Whiz.
You've heard of that. But but they had all sorts of baked goods, and we bought some. What do they call those things where it's like a pancake, real thin
Oh, crepe.
crepe.
It's a crepe.
It's a crepe Suzette.
Right.
Yes, we got some of those,
What'd you have on it?
and it was more like chocolate and strawberry and something
okay.
like a dessert. They also made them with salmon and
Right.
all sorts of different meats.
That sounds good.
It was good. Yeah, I'd never had one before.
Have you ever had a cannoli?
Yes,
I hate them.
I like cannolis. You don't like them?
No,
Why?
they're too sweet for me.
Too sweet?
Yeah, we were over at my wife's family's house one time, and their cousins from New York came out.
Oh, they're all Italian, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a cannoli. I don't want one, thank you. Eat one. Eat one. You have to have.
It
I
was-
really,
it's
I
an
really
insult
don't. I
if you
really
don't
don't
eat
want one. You know, so they made me eat one.
And?
I threw the rest of it out. I ate half of it and threw it out.
Yeah, you're a rebel. You don't like being told what to do.
That too.
Yeah, that's the biggest part of it. Did you like the flavor of it or no?
It was too sweet.
Just too
I
sweet.
mean, yeah, it was just like,
Oh, yeah.
It was like taking 3 spoonfuls of sugar or something.
Oh, yeah. It might even be worse than 3 spoonfuls.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. What's in the cannoli? We don't know. But next,
Scared the heck out of me.
that was Jennifer. She did that. She controls the audio. She controls the video, just like on The Outer Limits.
Ooh.
Remember the opening of that show? Had a TV and it said, "We control the horizontal. We control the vertical." And you
Is
could
that
see
the
it.
one where it goes, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo?
No, that you always confuse those two. That's Rod Serling that you're talking about.
Twilight Zone.
The Twilight
Okay.
Zone. The Twilight Zone. I forget how he spoke, but he had a very distinctive way to speak. Rod Serling in the Twilight Zone.
Okay.
I can't do it.
I know, so quit.
Jennifer, did you like it?
No.
Yeah,
I didn't
okay.
either.
Sorry.
Thanks, Jen.
I can do some things halfway decent, but I can't do Rod Serling's voice. This is Rod Serling's finger. See that?
It is.
Yeah.
Well,
he's-
they can't see
Is that
it.
an good impersonation?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I can do at least one thing right. Thanks.
His finger.
Now, be careful. Uncle Garth and fingers. No.
No.
It gets you into trouble. Jennifer, I'm done with this cup. Can you take it back? Thank you. Takes it back to the kitchen. Isn't that amazing?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I love how we set everything up like that.
Do you? Mm-hmm. And then knock it down?
And yeah, stand it up and knock it down.
Could you give him a coffee cup, please? Okay, see? Just at your
See?
fingertips.
What's a cassie?
I said, see? I just screwed up when I was talking.
Oh.
As my mom
I thought
says.
it was like a cannoli.
No, no, a cassie. A cassita.
Fricassee.
Fricassee, yeah. Remember that Bugs Bunny and fricassee? He made
Have you
a
ever
chicken
had
fricassee.
rabbit fricassee?
No, I had Pfeffer.
Ooh.
That was also on Bugs Bunny. Pfeffer? It takes a rabbit to make Pfeffer. And that's why they would go after Bugs Bunny.
Oh, I'll be darned. I never even heard of it.
Yep, Pfeffer. Yes.
Well, I made chicken kebabs
You
last
did?
night.
And were they good?
Yes.
Of course they're good. You made them. Mm-hmm. Would you lie and say they weren't good?
No.
Would you lie and say they were good when they weren't?
Right.
I'm confusing myself.
Yes, you are. Your eyes are even going cross-eyed.
Yeah. Thanks, kids. How do these guys get out of school like that? I don't get it. Well, it is Saturday, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
I see. Oh, the excitement. My wife got rear-ended by a young lady
Uh-oh.
who had a 2-year-old in the car, and she was driving on a suspended license. And she was,
Didn't have the kid in the car seat.
she did have the kid in the
Oh,
car
she
seat.
did.
That was the good thing. Kid wasn't hurt, but she destroyed my wife's car. It was in excellent shape. It's a 2001, but it was a Toyota. Had many, many more years left in it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it was totaled because she punched it in on the back where the tire is. You know, the spare tire's on the back. And she hit that, and thank goodness she did hit that, because that's what I think kept the car intact. It was a nice bumper.
Right.
And my wife's been hit before there, but it was not as much damage. But this time it was so much that they had to total it. And I told her, I said, you know, they're going to total this car because it's not going to be cheap to fix. The door alone's probably several $1,000s.
Probably.
And I said, do you want to put money into it? Because we were going to keep it to run around. It's still drivable. And I said, let's turn it back in. Let's get the money for it, and it'll help us find another car. Well, the next day, we found another vehicle. So
Where was it?
it was a used car that somebody had in Mesa, Arizona. No, I can tell you about that. I don't stutter too much about it. But it was clear across town. and we live on the west side, and Mesa's on the east side. So from side to side, if you're not in rush hour, it still takes you an hour.
Wow.
But we were trying to travel during rush hour. So I left from work, which I work in Tempe, so it wasn't that far away. It's 20 minutes. But on the way back, it was forever. We bought the car and took it home, and then left her car there because she met me there. And then I drove her back to get her old car that was still sitting there. By the time we got home, it was 9:30 at night.
Wow.
And all this started at 2:30 in the afternoon when I got off work.
Holy moly.
So, yeah, imagine that. So that was an adventure.
that.
Just imagine it. Just
No,
try.
cannoli.
Imagine. You know, it's Saturday. My tongue has taken the weekend off. And do you ever have that happen? Yeah, you have, haven't you?
See, they're laughing at you.
That's because I can't talk today. But with all that done, well, at least we've got a car now.
Right.
And it's in good shape. Got a nice one. Nice used
It
car.
is a good looking car.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And it's a 4-wheel drive, which is cool. Mm-hmm. She didn't have that before. And up here, we need that.
Right.
Cutting through the mud and the sludge and the snow. It's almost, you know what? We need to start the Christmas countdown.
Oh,
Holy
yeah,
cow, we've only got a few weeks till Christmas.
2 months.
We're in November now.
I can't wait for Thanksgiving.
That's my favorite time. I mean, I like Christmas too. I like them about the same because of the time off
Oh,
with the
I like
family.
Christmas too.
I love Christmas, love what it represents and the Christ thing and all that. And I think that's important to commemorate.
I just like turkey.
But I like turkey at Thanksgiving. I'm a big turkey eater or a little turkey eater.
I eat a big turkey.
I like big turkeys though. Lots of leftovers. Mm-hmm. Then you can make sandwiches.
Yep.
I love turkeys with mayonnaise and cheese.
Have you ever had turkey with mustard on it?
Oh,
Turkey
yeah.
and mustard sandwich.
That's good too. Yep. Some of my favorite stuff. What do you think, kids?
They like it too.
Yay.
Look, Mom, they like it too.
Oh, man. I heard a line the other day. A friend of mine was saying at work Friday. He said, he was quoting Tracy Morgan, the comedian. And he says, you ever see that movie where Tracy Morgan says, I'll hit you so hard, I'll hit you until the candy falls out. I just thought that was funny.
Who's Tracy
Making him a
Morgan?
human pinata. He's a black comedian.
Oh, I don't think I've even heard of him.
He's been in some scary movies where he gets to react with his big eyes and quick wit. He's a funny guy. I like him.
So you're going to come over and check out my log splitter?
Now, I've come over to see your paintings, but not your log splitter. Is this going to be a little different than the last time?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see it. You got a log splitter. Mm-hmm. Have you split any logs? Mm-hmm. It's the obvious question.
Put it together this morning and went out there and split some. Boy, oh boy. That's,
Back-breaking, labor-saving
Yes.
device.
it's because I have, real hard wood, like plum wood and stuff like that, which is real hard and kind of gnarly.
Yeah.
Boy, and this 27-ton splitter had a hard time splitting it.
27 ton. How did you haul it?
Very easy on the back of a trailer.
Well, 27 tons is the amount of force it can
Right.
apply. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I knew it had to be that. That's good.
But
Yeah.
it was even kind of struggling to do that. So you never would have been able to split it by hand.
Yeah. Yeah. You got plum wood over there?
Well, no, remember Bob Sipes
Oh, yeah.
at his niece's house? They had plum trees.
Oh, I see. So you cut them down, or
Mm-hmm.
okay? Yeah, that's good. When we need lots of logs for winter,
Yes,
you have a Franklin stove or something like that,
I
right?
have a Yotul or Youl or Yotul.
Is that a Chinese stove or what?
No, I think it's from Belgium or something like that.
Oh, they make waffles and stoves.
Yeah, you could make waffles on top of the stove.
That's good.
No, but it's one of the best stoves you can get.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, it was quite warm when I saw you have a fire in it once, but that's good.
No, it heats that. We have 1,500 square foot house, and it'll heat that whole house up.
No kidding.
It's rated for 2,000 square feet.
That's the best. Mm-hmm. I like when you don't try to overextend it.
Right.
Get a 2,000 square foot house and it only heats 1,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Now you're in trouble. Got to close some doors off. Well, that's good. Yeah. Lots of wood.
And it's that time of the year. It's already getting cold.
It's the most wonderful time of the year when it's not hot.
I like turkey.
I like turkey too. Are we back on turkey again?
Yeah.
Kids, turkey? It's what's good for you.
I'm hungry.
I love turkey. And I like the leftovers there. I almost like the
You already
leftovers
said
better.
that.
I like them better, though. They seem to have a better flavor.
The more flavor soaks into them.
Yeah, and all that chicken fat. Go, you chicken fat, go.
It's turkey.
Well, it's the same thing. It's sort of kind of bigger chicken, you know.
Did you know? Yeah. Did you know if a turkey's in the rain and it looks up, it'll drown. It'll drown itself.
I've heard that. I don't know if it's true, but I would assume it would be. That's a stupid bird, huh?
Yeah.
But they can fly. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
I've seen them fly from tree to tree. They can actually fly up into a tree and
Right.
roost
Well,
to stay away from
no
coyotes
kidding.
and whatnot. Well, some people don't know that.
They actually fly up into a tree.
They don't climb with their hands. I suppose that was a little obvious, wasn't it? But, you know, hey, not everybody
Now they
gets it.
take the elevator.
They take the elevator up the tree,
Then they fly
pick
down.
some acorns, and come right back down.
No, they do. They go up in the trees to roost.
Okay. And that protects their little butts from hunters and from other folks,
Right.
like wolves and coyotes. They will eat turkey because they've discovered the secret that turkey tastes good.
I like turkey. No, okay, that's enough.
Wait a minute. I feel like deja vu coming. Well, it's time now to discuss old TV shows like
Wonderful.
Court with Judge Judy. Now, what is that? What do they call that show?
Judge Judy.
Yeah, that's all it's called. I thought it was
I
something
think
else.
so.
Oh, yeah, Judge Judy. She, I think they just booted her off the show now.
Good.
Probably from her old age. It's like, nobody's watching you anymore, Judy. You know, I would watch that, and I'd think that for the most part, she was right about what she judged. But there were other things that I just thought she could have been so much nicer and done the same thing. Mm-hmm. Instead, she has to be an idiot.
Right. I agree.
And I just didn't like her mouth and that sarcastic nastiness that came out of her.
I'm always right. You're wrong. I'm always
Yeah, it's like, who died and made you God?
blow it out your rectum. Rectum hell damn near killed him.
That's right. But yeah, Judge Judy. Okay, so I'm venting on Judge Judy. Judge Wapner was a lot nicer of a guy, and he did the same thing she did. You know? You remember that?
I remember Wapner.
Judge Wapner. And People's Court, I think that's what it was called.
Was it?
Yeah, People's Court. But anyway, yeah, you hate to see old shows die, but it's time to move along when they're that nasty to people.
Right.
It's like, I'm
I
glad
agree.
Judge Judy's out of there. Get out of here. Like they got in a hook and just pulled her off the set live on camera. Pulled her off the stage. Sorry, we need someone in here that's got
By the neck.
a little, got a little courtesy in them. But that's what happens, you know. But nobody asked me, did they? No, they didn't.
I hate to tell you this.
What?
I think there's a spider behind you.
No.
Yep, one of those big ass wolf spiders.
Okay. All right. Wait, hang
Don't
on.
pause. I want everybody to hear you scream.
Where is it?
It's on the wall.
Where? I don't see it. Oh my gosh. Yes. You little rat. Okay. I'm going to get the sweeper out. You'll pardon me while I take off my headphones, and I'm going to walk over here and get the old vacuum suck out, and the spider is going bye-bye. I leave it plugged in for that purpose. Here we go. Let's get the little attachment out with the long reach, because I don't want to touch
Poor
this
little thing.
Poor little thing.
He doesn't eat much.
Yeah, he won't know. He's stupid. He won't know the difference. Okay, let's see if I can get. I better leave the little attachment on. Okay, here we go. Let's
There he
turn this
goes,
thing
folks.
on.
He's gonna suck the. He's gonna put the spider in a whirlwind. There he goes. Look out! He might bite you. Uh-oh. Nope. Boom. There it goes. Sucked him right up. Good job, Chris.
That ought to learn you. I don't want spiders in my man cave. There we go.
Well, he did it. He took a life.
It's not an innocent life.
He wasn't bothering you.
They're evil. Spiders are evil.
Like I said, he doesn't eat much.
They're horrible. I don't see another one. I walked in here. I think it was Vincent Price that said that one of the worst things that for men is when you walk into a spider web. That's the most unnerving feeling.
I don't mind him.
I don't like them.
I think we talked about that before.
Yeah, a long time ago. But yeah, I don't like those spiders. There was one in here, and we talked about that, how big that sucker was. He was as big as a silver dollar. Mm-hmm. And they fold up. They fold their legs up so that like they're going to like dive into a swimming pool or something. But they fold them straight ahead of themselves, and their back legs, they do the same thing. So they look like a stick on the wall until you disturb them.
It's a wall stick.
It looks like a wall stick.
That's why they call them wall stick spiders.
Is that what they call them?
No.
Well,
They're wolf spiders.
this guy's going to be called late to dinner because he ain't coming home for
He
dinner.
got cycloned.
He did. Vacuum-sucked and cycloned. And don't mess with me with spiders. Now, I can handle
I
a
hate
snake.
to tell you this, but
What? There's not another one, is there?
No, I'm just kidding. You
Man.
should see your eyes. He's like, oh.
I hate spiders. They are ugly and nasty. That one that we tried to suck up that was as big as a silver dollar, it fought. I mean, it was trying not to go into the vacuum cleaner
Well, I don't
hose.
blame him.
It's just like,
What would you do if somebody came up to you with a giant vacuum and tried to suck you off the wall?
but I'm a person. I'm not supposed to be sucked into a vacuum cleaner. But man, oh man, I'm glad that's over with. At least he didn't fight much. He just
No,
went
he
right
didn't.
in.
Saw the whole thing.
Yeah,
You're a murderer.
you're a witness.
I'm a witness.
A witness to a crime.
Yep.
Today on Day Court with Garth. You saw him suck that spider into the machine, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Will you swear that in the court of law?
Yes, I will.
Okay, well, you're a witness. Get out of here. I'm sorry. It's getting a little chillier,
Yes,
which is
it
nice.
is.
I'm so tired of the heat down in the old Phoenix town.
It's supposed to be nice there today, like 80.
Yeah, that's not bad. I can
not
deal
too
with
bad.
that.
That's perfect working weather for me.
Yeah, I left the kid at home to get his homework done. He had extra work to do, and he said, I didn't really want to come up there this weekend. I said, okay, you stay home then, and your mother and I will find something to do. There's always something to do up here to fix or work on. Or
Right.
we need to paint one of our storage containers so that it blends in with the desert instead of being bright orange. We're glad that faces your house and not us.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you.
You can only see it when you're on the trail.
Right.
But that's good. That's what's nice about living in the wilderness. Nobody can see your stuff. Unless, of course, they drive up your long, winding road. But we've got everything cordoned off pretty well. So, like warning, don't come into my property. You're on camera.
There's a bunch of cows on the Northwest 40 yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Well, 2 of them.
Yeah, that's a small bunch.
And they were big.
Can a bunch be 2? Or does it have to be 3 or more?
I don't know.
What is the definition of a bunch?
I don't know.
Well,
I really don't know.
let's find out. My wife and I had an argument about one of these words. I forget what. I think she said few,
A few.
a couple, and few. Well, couple is always 2.
Right.
But we in Ohio, when we grew up, a couple meant a few to us.
A few, I think, is 3 or more.
3 or more. That's what she said. And I never knew that. I thought a few was, I guess, because a couple is 2. So I guess that makes sense that it would be
What's
3 or
one?
more. One is a mono.
Mono.
I have a mono here. But yeah. So what was I talking about? What was the word?
Oh, wonderful. A few.
No, it was.
Oh, I forgot too.
You know what? We're going to have to rewind the tape to find out. Thank goodness we're recording this show.
Whoa,
Thank
Nelly.
you. Okay, it was bunch. I just looked it up, or rewound the tape. And bunch, the definition of a bunch, I looked it up here, and it says a bunch, that doesn't sound right, a protuberance swelling. Bunch? That's not right. Let me look at the Cambridge English Dictionary. A bunch of flowers, grapes, bananas, keys, mainly used in U.S. informally, The reorganization will give us a whole bunch of problems. That's using it in a sentence. It means a lot. Let's see. Dictionary.com says meaning to gather up in a bunch. Transitive from 1828. Sense of to crowd together, to bunch together. Let's see. Oxford Dictionary says definition of a bunch is a number of things typically of the same kind, growing or fastened together, a girl's hairstyle in which the hair is tied in a bunch. So there you go. Bunch. And
So what's a bun?
I'm not looking that up.
A hair bun.
A hair bun? That's like a
man bun.
That's like a bunch that went flat. Bun. A man bun. When I see that, I just want to cut it off at somebody's head.
Oh, no kidding.
What are you doing? My son says, "You're just jealous because you ain't got no hair." No, he doesn't talk like that. I almost sound like Barney. "Jans, you ain't got no hair." But no, I'm not jealous. I think they look silly.
Yeah, I think it does.
It's either, if you don't want your hair long, don't put it in a bunch.
Right.
I mean a bun.
Bun.
I got myself a bun.
A bunch of buns.
Bunch of buns. Well, anyway.
Wouldn't that be a dozen? Bunch
Could
of
be.
buns?
Could be a bunch. A dozen of buns. A bun dozen. A baker's dozen is 13.
13, right.
So, like a baker's dozen of donuts.
Hey, did you know Halloween's going to land on Friday the 13th next year?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's scary, kids.
Well, Halloween lands on the 31st.
Halloween, the macabre. Ooh, scary. Did you do anything special on your Halloween birthday?
Yeah.
What?
Sat at home and smoked a brisket.
Did you inhale?
No.
Okay.
I figured if I did, I'd choke.
We didn't do much for Halloween this year. My wife bought some candy and then we didn't put it out. I said, well, that's good. That's more for me.
Well, yeah, why didn't you bring any up?
We
could
did.
be sitting here eating some right now.
Well, we brought a small bag. I thought she was going to bring half of it up, but she didn't. She brought a little baggie full.
Would you guys just turn the lights off and watch TV all night?
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
pretty much.
Should have seen all the trick-or-treaters we had here.
None. If you got trick-or-treaters here, that's a photographic moment
Yeah, it would be.
because there's not that many people here. Wonder if they did something down at our little community center
Oh, they might have.
for the kids.
I didn't see anything on the bulletin board, though.
And in the off-grid environment here, there aren't many children, but there are a handful. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that would have been something fun for them to do then. Yeah, they're pretty good about that. They take care of the kids. They do something for them. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smart Alec.
Yeah, Doc.
What's up, Doc? So
So what?
no trick-or-treaters this year.
Nope.
Holy
What the
cow.
heck is Smitty doing down there?
The last time this happened, we had to replace the air conditioner unit, which still doesn't work correctly.
It blows out hot air.
You know what? Jennifer, we are going to have to wake him up or something. Is he okay down there? Jennifer, is he okay?
No.
I'm afraid.
I see smoke coming up the vent there.
You know, I'm going to go. Well, you know what? He's going to come up here. You know, he always does. Unless he can't.
He'll be all charred black and stuff. His hair smoldering.
Oh, my gosh. What happened to you?
What in the world? Look at he's smoldering.
Well,
What?
it's a long story.
What'd you do, Smith?
He doesn't have any eyebrows.
Oh my God!
I can paint some on.
Go get your wife's mascara.
Man. And your hair is all poofed up.
Yeah, it's poofy.
Well, what'd you do?
You poofed it good.
But I was putting the defibrillator.
You can't even say it.
You can't even use one.
Defibrillator.
Defusilator. What were you putting a defibrillator in?
You're putting a flux capacitor in or something.
Right.
Trying to solder it in.
Oh.
And it didn't. I touched something I shouldn't have.
I guess so.
Well,
Well, you're lucky you didn't blow us all up, Schmidt.
I hope you have an extra pair of pants after that. Turn around.
I don't want to.
Don't go turn
Yeah,
around.
turn around, Schmitty. Oh my word!
You blew out the back of your pants. And your underwear's kind of crusty too, by the way.
Jeez.
Could you no, seriously, do you have an extra pair of pants?
Yeah, I think I got something down there.
Well, I have some overalls if you need them.
I just wanted to tell you guys, I'm okay, and I'm just trying to. I'll put things back in order as I go. Okay.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I know what that means. That means come and help me. I feel like I'm an old man and I need help. And
We're gonna have to end this show early to go help and clean everything up.
You guys. I just. I'm sorry.
It's all right, Schmidt.
it's only twice. I mean, it wasn't like it was 3 times.
Yeah, it's only money, Schmidt.
It's only money.
Well, I'm okay. I'm leaving now. I'm going to go back downstairs, and I'll let you know when it's all cleaned up.
Maybe Jennifer can help you do it. Maybe you can. I don't know if she can use those robotic arms down there. You still have your robotic arms? That's the
She
one.
still has them.
Okay, well, there's some downstairs too, so she can switch over to those and maybe she can help clean up. All right,
Okay, see you later,
carry
Schmidt.
on.
Carry on yourself.
Yeah, we are. Don't worry.
Oh, we will. Take care.
Okay. You
Bye
too.
bye.
Love you.
Love you.
Yeah, right.
He must have been close to death. See you later, Smith.
His hair's still smoldering.
Yeah, his pants are too. Oh my gosh. What do you think of that, audience? Yes.
Oh, we're lucky you didn't kill himself and us.
He's shorted out things. Not even working on toasters. I'm not talking about the time he did the toaster. The other things where he's working with electricity. Every time he touches it, it's like, I know I can safely do this because the monitor is not. He's not down to where the monitor is yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, I worry about this because I don't want to be sitting here and then hit the ceiling.
You know, you might want to get rid of him.
I told you he's family. I can't get rid of him. If I wanted to get rid of him, I couldn't.
Oh, he's going to kill himself or us,
Well, we'll just have to
or all of us.
Smithy-proof the room or something somehow. But
We're going to have to line all the downstairs with padding.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Danger.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Danger. He is Danger. That's right. His middle name is Danger.
Schmitty Danger.
Well, you know how I am about those ancient alien shows. I like to watch them, but I don't believe that aliens colonized this planet.
Ancient aliens?
Ancient aliens, yes. You know how they have these shows on Discovery and History Channel that talk about how a lot of people believe
What's that got to do with the price of tea in China?
Nothing. I just thought I would talk about it because we
Oh,
just talk about
okay.
various things.
Oh, all right.
But over the weekend, I was watching a show about somewhere in Brazil. This little town has a military training base. It's a training facility for soldiers. And they were notified by NORAD that there was something coming down in their neighborhood. And they were to look for it. Well, when they did this, they didn't realize that it was actually something coming from outer space. So NORAD said they saw it and they were tracking it, and it was going to hit in Brazil. And it finally entered the atmosphere, and they said when it did, all these farmers and people that lived in this village saw it coming down, and it was like the size of a bus, one of the villagers said, and ready to crash. And it came down and it hit the earth. And they never did find the ship, but they said they found an occupant in it. And they had tracked this on radar before it hit, after they were notified by NORAD.
Well, they didn't find. How can the ship be destroyed and there's a person there or a thing there?
Well, I didn't say it was destroyed. I just said it crashed. We don't know where the ship went. But all these people swear that there was this little creature that they said was very delicate and very, they were afraid they were going to break it as they picked him up. And they put it in this blanket or something, and then they stuck it in a 3x3 box, 3 foot by 3 foot. So it wasn't very big. And then they took it back to the air base, and that's all I got to see on the show. And then we were on our way up here, but
Oh, I'll be darned.
but it looked pretty
Should've
interesting.
recorded it.
Yeah, I don't have that ability anymore. I used to have that.
Oh, okay, that's right. You got rid of all that.
Yeah, I went with Amazon TV. What did we get? We got the Fire Stick.
Fire Stick. Yeah.
And we got an online type app. I forget what it's called. But we used to have their TV service, but we went with just the app now over the internet. So we've cut the cable, cut the plug. But it was kind of interesting to watch, and I want to watch the rest of it and see what happened.
That is interesting.
But yeah, they said that it was live. I just still want to know what's out there and what we're seeing and all these different things. You know, and they seem to shapeshift. It seems that they look like a solid object, and then they turn to a light. And, you know, now that's spooky. My phone just turned on.
Mm-hmm.
Unlock your phone to continue.
No. Cancel. I don't. It just doesn't. It's got voice activation, and when I tell it to dial, it's supposed to dial. That time it just kicked off all by itself.
Yeah.
So what's that all about? But anyway, I just don't get what is going on.
What was that? What did you just do?
Oh, I just canceled it. It just shut off. Dee-dee.
All these
Meanwhile-
things anymore. They're
Oh, look.
something else.
We
What?
got an email from Ben.
We did.
Yeah, we're recording the show, so he couldn't possibly know we're talking about him. But he wrote an email and said, hi.
Well, hi, Ben.
Hi again.
Hi again, Ben.
That's ironic.
Isn't it?
Stuff like that happens all the time to me. Do you have-
He seems like a very nice kid.
He is a good kid. He's a good kid. He helps his mom out a lot.
Good.
Working around the house, and I hope he continues to do that.
Good job, Ben.
Yeah. So, have you watched any of those shows recently?
No.
Have you formed any opinions on what those things are? Do you think they're creatures from another world, or spaceships from another world, or the U.S. government invention?
I don't know anymore.
I've talked to people that believe that it's our own government making things.
Some of it could be. I mean, some of it probably is, but
Well, here's what I think. If it's our own government, wouldn't they want to control the whole planet if they had that kind of power and that
Yeah,
kind
you
of
would
device?
think.
That could go to their head real easily, as it probably would. I mean, people do things like that. Hitler didn't have that kind of power or control, but then he developed it,
right.
and then he used it once he got it. So, to me, if our government had it, they'd be making more of the rules on what's going on, I'm sure.
You mean like the Democrats are trying to do?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, like trying to tell us how to, live our lives from day to day, and what medical services we're allowed to have, and
Yep.
are we allowed to vote?
What we should eat.
What we should eat, regulate what we should eat, yeah. Whether I should have one can of pop a day, or a month, or a year, or, think about the industry. They told in the Food and Drug agencies, when the Democrats were in control, they told them what they could put on labels on packaging.
Right.
So if you don't comply with that, you don't get to sell your item.
You know what I don't understand?
What's that?
Okay.
Chinese?
That too. I like Chinese food though.
Me too.
No, but they're saying they're putting all these regulations and stuff on soda pop and all this different kinds of foods and everything. But yet then they have these cooking shows out, like these stupid cake making shows and cupcake shows, and I thought you were trying to get people to quit eating all that crap.
Although they're stupid, I like them. They're fun. I like the Halloween ones where they're making the cakes that have all the different characters on them and stuff. That's artistic. I really enjoy watching that. Speaking of cake, your birthday cake, we ended up finishing.
Oh, I bet.
Holy cow. My wife rarely eats cake because she doesn't like to eat a lot of sugar, but she really liked that chocolate cake.
That was good.
So she took a big hunk to work with her.
It was good and rich.
Oh, yeah. But you can't have too much of that
Yeah,
stuff.
see, that's why I didn't want to take it home. I'm like, no way, we can't eat all of that.
You would just eat it, and that would be not good.
Right.
So we had at least 4 people at the house.
Bouncing off the walls.
Yeah. Well, what's new?
Well, with our age, we shouldn't be eating that much sugar anyways.
Oh, your age. You don't look a day over 80.
Thanks.
No, you don't. You look old.
Neither does Schmitty, but
Yeah, well, he's well over 80. If you get him talking about WW2,
is that Cousin Schmitty?
Cousin Schmitty, he will just never stop. And is that true, Jennifer?
Yes, Master.
See,
Master?
she knows. Yeah, she knows where her bread's buttered.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
I don't think she understands what I just said there. She probably wouldn't be thanking me.
How'd you like to butter her buns? Oh, whoops.
Thank you, Garth.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm not sure I'd thank him for that. But anyway. So, yeah, I don't like people telling me what to do, whether they're in government or not. And
I agree.
And telling me if I can have a pond on my property or not, because it's a natural wildlife habitat. You can't take your pond away. Or if it's a swamp, you want to fill it in on your land so you can drive on it. They're telling you can't do it because it's where creatures like to bathe and drink and eat.
Right.
Now, there's some of that. You're not going to fill in the Okefenokee because you need that. But, my backyard is not the Okefenokee. And it's not a registered wildlife habitat.
No, it isn't.
Although it could be up here.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. I've heard javelina up here. Have you?
You've heard them?
I've heard them.
What were they saying?
They were saying, that guy over here, don't go over there. He doesn't have any good things to eat. No, I've heard them rustling around under the shrubs and stuff and grunting. And I don't see many up here. I don't see many ruts or anything like that. But it was a few months ago that I heard something over on close to your house.
Yeah, that's where I saw that one.
Okay.
I was taking the dogs for. Did we have Rockford then? I think it was just Bella. So it's been over a year. Mm-hmm.
That's around the time I think I heard it.
Bella went. I was taking her for her morning walk, and we got up top of the hill, and she ran off to the right, probably about 50 feet, and started barking. I'm like, "What are you barking at, Belle?" And there's a big ass javelina laying underneath a tree.
Wow. They're pretty dangerous, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They can come after you.
They'll come attack you if
And they have tusks.
threaten them. Yes.
And they can get you with
tear
them.
you up.
Yeah,
They'll kill a dog.
I've heard that. Yeah, I don't want to mess with them. But if I see one and he comes after me, he's a dead javelina.
They're pretty good eating. I like them.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like them.
They're very greasy. Mm-hmm. I've eaten a few. They're greasy.
Where did you eat javelina?
Well, a buddy of mine went to Texas.
Oh, okay.
And he went on a hog hunt because this farmer had a bunch of them on his property, and they were breeding like, I don't know what you'd...
Cats and dogs.
Yeah. So he didn't want them on the property anymore, and he would organize hunts. And my buddy went with a buddy of his, and they got a couple, and he brought them home.
Yeah, they're pretty good eating.
Yeah.
They have a scent gland on I think it's on their back. Yeah, it's on their back or
Yeah.
something like that. But when you do kill one, you have to cut that off.
I'm sure glad
as soon as possible.
people don't have scent glands.
Oh, you ain't kidding. Well, we do under our arms.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's sweaty armpits. And they have deodorant for that. I don't know, unless you find
Do they
that
make
attractive.
javelina deodorant?
I don't think so.
No, but what I did, I made tamales.
You did? Mm-hmm. They were good, huh?
Very good.
Yeah.
And then I made, slow roasted a roast.
Oh, that's good, too.
That was really good.
I love, what's that, pulled pork? You ever made pulled pork with that, with javelina?
No,
I wonder how that would turn out.
I don't know because it's not pork.
Pulled pork
Javelina
is
is a rodent,
not pork?
not from a javelina.
A javelina is not the same as a pig?
No,
It really isn't?
no, it's a rodent.
I thought they were in the same family.
It's a peccary or something like that, I think.
Peccary or peccary or, yeah.
something.
Yeah, I've seen it written. I don't know how you say it.
But
Well, they sure look like pigs
they
to me.
look like pigs.
And they taste like pigs. So I don't know. I think they're in the same family somehow.
I'm sure they could be, but anyway, that's what I've read about them, and they're
They're their own species for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure good eating. I like them.
Yep, they're good. Can't beat that with a stick.
Javelina tamales, those were good.
Our time's just about up here. We should
Oh, no.
probably go down and check on Smitty.
Yeah, I think we better.
See what's happened downstairs.
Well, at least there's no more smoke coming up through the pipe.
Yeah. It's quite a sight with fried eyebrows and hair sticking up everywhere. And then, of course, the back end of the pants. I sure hope he brought some. I think he's got work pants in the locker down there.
Well, if he doesn't, I have a pair of overalls he could borrow.
Okay, we'll get him home.
They'll get him home anyway.
Yeah, otherwise it might be a little embarrassing and chilly, for that matter.
That's probably what he ate. It's chili.
I don't think it would be that explosive, but one never knows.
What was he doing?
I don't. He was working on something electrical. I don't know what it was, but that's not the first time. But we are going to wrap things up here. We hope you enjoyed the show. We've got more coming, and at least through the end of the year, we'll see how things go.
Yeah.
If you like what you're hearing, if you've got ideas for us to interview somebody that's got an interesting or unique story to tell, we don't care what it is. If it's unusual, funny, interesting, let us know. We're at bunkerboysunderground@gmail.com. That's bunkerboysunderground@gmail.com. And there's no separation in the words. It's all one word. And we'd like to hear from you and see what we can do. Maybe we can call your intended victim and get them on the air with us.
What'd you say? Let it snow?
Let us know.
Oh.
Let it snow. We're the Bunker Boys. I'm
Yes,
Chris.
we are. I'm Garth.